Do not attempt to adjust your dial. Ba-da-bum-bum-bum. It's your boy Big Vern. This is App Stupid, the fastest growing sports and entertainment show on these YouTube streets. You're welcome. Holla at us.
Yeah, it's your boy Big Vern on a beautiful Monday here in the Midwest. They call it the thunderstorm, so make sure you get your pets out and get them back in where it's nice and dry. Last segment, we talked about LeBron James. He picks up that $52 million player option, and that may have sealed the Lakers' fate for 2025-2026. They're a first apron team. They're over the salary cap, and they only had one pick in the draft. It was a late second round pick for a guy nobody knows. Yeah, check that out. So from the association, we're going to go ahead and talk some boxing. Deontay Wilder, the Bronze Bomber, the King, the return. He fought Friday night in Kansas City, and it was a good fight. It was entertaining, at least for me. Tell you what, let's go ahead and get a quick 20 in, and then we'll go over what we see and what's next. It's your boy Big Vern. Give me a beat.
It's your boy Big Vern coming to you from the App Stupid Studios with a new rap album we promoting this month. Nick Grant, I Took It Personal. In stores now. Get it where you legally consume music, whether it's Apple Music, Google Play, or Spotify. My personal favorites on the LP is Let It Rain, Read Your Contract, Big Timers, The Ritual, Back Home, Product Dealer, User. Man, that song right there, that's one of them ones. I was listening to it like, who the hell is Nick Grant? Homie got bars, homie got metaphors, deliveries, double entendres. Yo, what you looking for? He got it. Something to say, that's another good one. And it ain't personal. Yeah, Nick Grant is playing no games. I Took It Personal by Nick Grant. In stores now.
Yo, shout out to Nick Grant doing his thing. Like I said, we enjoyed the project. That's why we was pitching it. So when we last left off, we were talking about Deontay Wilder's fight on Friday night on BLK Prime. And to me, I felt like Wilder turned back the hands of time. You know, the check hook, that was good. That check hook in the second round, that was just like, wow. He worked beautifully behind the jab. He cut the ring off really well. The change up with the jab on different speeds. And first, let me go ahead and give some love to BLK Prime. The color commentary is probably the best in the business. Hats off to those brothers. Because what I heard in the color commentary, I was compelled to sit here and say, that's how you should do boxing. Because now you have a protagonist and then you have an antagonist, but it's always to destroy the product. DAZN does it with Sergio the Snake and Chris Mannix, and you just don't know what you're going to get from who's doing the color commentary. Anytime you bring Antonio Tarver in, we pretty much know he's there to denigrate and destroy the black fighter. That's what he does. And he's not articulate. He doesn't even have charisma to do this. So it's kind of like, I know why he's here. But BLK Prime, they got it right. Whoever those two brothers are, shout out to them. In the fifth round, Wilder displayed, great head movement, and he stayed patient. And he stayed off the ropes, and he stayed in the middle of the ring. And it looked like he got back to being Deontay Wilder. Now, a lot of people don't know this, but Deontay Wilder had shoulder surgery. You won't get a lot of circular videos from Deontay Wilder because he is all about his people. I have no problem with that. He has tapped into the LDBC, so most of these outlets, they have to go to the LDBC to get certain interviews. As they should. And honestly, I feel like every fighter should do that to a certain degree. Only go where people are going to actually treat you and respect you for the accomplishments and the things that you're doing in the sport. Now, Deontay Wilder, he looked like the Wilder of old, seriously, but with new wrinkles in his game, like the clinch and him using his body on the ropes, and then, not laying on his opponents and laying on their necks and, weighing them down. It's a lot of things that you can pick up from fighters along the way. Now, those fights with Fury, Wilder was able to look at how Fury was able to manipulate a lot of different things in those fights, coming in severely overweight, but then not only that, but actually using his weight as a weapon. Because when you're in boxing, it's actually movement. And so, number one, you have to condition yourself to get around for 12 rounds. Every boxer trains for 12 rounds. Nobody trains for the knockout. However, if you have someone who's laying on you, someone who's pushing down on your head and clinches, someone who's laying on you up against the ropes, and then that's just a lot of upper body weight that you're not used to pushing. And credit to Fury for doing that. But Deontay's work rate, that's what stood out to a lot of his fans, to a lot of his supporters. He wasn't just waiting and looking for that right hand to put someone to sleep. He began to not only show that little baby uppercut that he can show you in bits and pieces and flashes. And for a first fight back after almost a year and some change in layoff and surgery healing, new trainer, I was impressed. I was impressed with Deontay Wilder. He looked good. He looked good. Other nefarious forces and people who don't like Wilder anyway, they'll go ahead and do anything for clicks and views. So what's next? We'll talk about that when we come back from a new R&B album we out here promoting. It's your boy Big Vern. Give me a beat.
Dun-dun-dun-dun-bum-bum-bum. It's not just hip hop, it's R&B. It's your boy Big Vern. We pumping a new album this month. Leon Thomas, Mutt Deluxe. In stores now. Get it where you legally consume music, whether it be Apple Music, Google Play, or Spotify. My personal favorites on the track is Dancing with Demons, Vibes Don't Lie, Lucid Dreams. That's a real record right there, yo. We all had shorties like that in our life. Yes, it is. A wild one, too. That's one of those get in trouble records. For real, for real. That's one of them get in trouble records. Party Favors with Big Sean and Hard To. Not Fair. Lord, I plead the fifth right there. Listen, go get the album. Leon Thomas, Mutt Deluxe, Heal. In stores now.
Shout out to Leon Thomas doing his thing. Mutt Deluxe Heal is in stores. Make sure you go pick it up. So when we last left off on the other side of the content, we wanted to know what's next. And I'll go ahead and throw a secret out there. 99% of casuals who slammed Deontay Wilder's fight, they didn't know that he's currently 12th in the WBC rankings. What? Yeah, WBC ranking fights. He can fight number 9, Richard Torres Jr., and number 11, Moses Aitama. Now, the Torres fight is a triple springboard and has a massive effect over the 4 sanctioning bodies. What? Again, you all don't think like I think. So I don't know where you go with this. However, if he defeats him, he climbs the ladder in the WBC, of course, but he also establishes himself in the IBF, where he's number 9. Also in the WBC, where he's ranked 13th, trailing number 12, F.A. Ajagba, who is currently number 3 in the WBC. Again, Wilder isn't too far from being back in the championship conversation. Fighters who you want to, again, he can have these stay busy fights. He can start building around his new trainer, him getting comfortable with a lot of different things, him actually sticking to what got him here. He's injury free and he can take his career at his own terms. He's already had a plan. If you listen to 7-8 Sports TV, shout out to the General and the mighty LDBC, Deontay Wilder was saying that he's got a plan to come back around September and get back out there. Now, it is June, the last day of June. However, if he's got a plan to be back in the ring in September, because he didn't take any punishment, And if you got a pro camp is anywhere from 6 to 8 weeks. So they already have a roadmap and a plan to get back into title contention. However, I mentioned some names nobody is talking about. And the effect, if he picked any of those names, he is right in the conversation and threatening to be a mandatory for someone to actually leapfrog in multiple sanctioning bodies. Again, this is chess, not checkers. I'm not going to go ahead and try and play Dan House against Malik Scott. Look, Malik is a talented brother, very smart boxing brother. He's got a lot of clients now. Him and Deontay didn't part on bad terms. And just like he was saying in the interview with 7-8, he's happy for Malik. Everybody's happy because this guy has built up his plans. He's built up his pedigree. And he's got the opportunity to put out future champions. And that's always a good thing. But when it comes to Deontay Wilder, he had a great showing. I feel like it was good for his first fight back. I don't put too much on everything. Like I said, being out of the ring a year, you're going to need to develop that timing. You're going to have to go ahead and, see where you want to go at as far as different spots. I thought it was, like I said, it was a great performance. However, if you are a Deontay Wilder fan, you know the drill. Again, if you are listening to this pod, get in the comments. Let us know that we get it right. What did we leave out? This is Big Vern. We talk back. We'll be back. Top of the hour. This